live.
Oh,
There we go. You are live.
we
All right.
are live. Thank you, StreamYard, for telling us that we are live.
Excellent. Well, hey, Dave,
Hey,
how are you, mate?
good, man. Good. We've got our standard Wednesday 7 p.m. podcast here. A
We
sweat
do.
hair.
We do.
It's
And
the sweat hair.
we're getting more and more professional, Dave. We're getting like StreamYard is like moving up with its professionalism. There's some new features we've been able to use. Plus, we're on Spotify now as well. How cool is that?
Yeah, that was
We're going to be on
pretty
Spotify.
surprising.
Yeah. So
You just you sent me a link the other day, and I said, "What's this?" And it was a Spotify link. And then next minute, we were even the video. So we've got the video footage on Spotify as well. It's not just
which
the
is
audio.
yeah, which is pretty cool, right? So, and it was pretty easy to do. So I was very impressed with myself. So that's good. So
Will
so
this automatically be uploading to Spotify now?
no, you can't stream directly to Spotify. Spotify
Mhm.
seems to want to have organized, managed podcasts. So once this
Right.
podcast goes, once we've done it and we've downloaded it, I can then
Mhm.
download it to Spotify. So I'll upload it to Spotify. Probably use your
Okay.
fantastic internet, which is very fast.
Is it labor intensive or
No. It literally took like even at home with my crappy internet compared to your 140 ridiculous mega, whatever it is.
yeah.
It took about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. Wasn't
Right.
excessive.
Right.
So it's good.
Okay. Cool. If it gets us
So
a little bit
that's
more awareness, people
yep, more
watch,
and more and more.
listen,
So
learn about CrossFit, all things CrossFit. That's what we're here for, to talk
and
about
this is a
CrossFit.
nice time to talk compared to the last podcast we did, right?
Oh God, yeah. 2 weeks ago. Oh, well, technically, because that was our first non-live stream podcast.
That's correct. Yes.
Doing it as a pre-recorded show with Pish,
Jennifer Pishko.
Jennifer Pishko, yeah.
Yes.
So
So
exciting things there. So if you haven't seen that, if you haven't seen that show from 2 weeks ago, it was all about CrossFit health insurance. So if health
absolutely.
insurance means something to you, then and it's expensive or difficult to afford, and you still want that health insurance, go have a look at that podcast. It's really unmissable, and you'll be surprised at what CrossFit's offering with
I think so.
its
Quite
version of
exciting,
health
really.
insurance. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
quite
yeah.
exciting, really. Hey, Dave, we've got 4 people watching. This is freaking cool.
Smashing,
Oh,
smashing.
no, we dropped down to 2. Like I got too excited. Okay,
And our guest is
Matt
here. Our guest
Matt
is
has
here.
entered the stage,
Let's let
so
him. Has he
let's
got
add
any?
him.
How
Let's
are
add
we?
Bring
him.
him on stage.
G'day, Matt.
Good
How are you, mate?
evening, Matt.
Good. How you guys?
How you doing?
Yeah, good. Sorry about that. I had to. I don't have Chrome on the old MacBook, so
Oh,
we got
right.
there in the end. Still
What do
running
you
on Safari.
use? What do you use? Oh, Safari.
That's
You're an Apple.
Safari, bro.
You're an
Yeah.
Apple ecosystem. You can't get out. I know you'd like to get out, but you just can't, can you? Once you
Oh,
start.
mate. There's nothing wrong with Apple. There's
Have
nothing
you
wrong
got
with Apple.
have you got the Apple Watch, the Apple phone, the Mac, the desktop? Yeah.
Oh, mate, you know how it is.
See, but Dave has a foot in both camps, right? So, Matt, so he talks a good game about like Apple being rubbish, but he's got a Mac as his main computer sitting in his office. So I don't really understand
this computer
Yeah.
over here, I didn't buy. This one down here is a Samsung laptop. That's a Samsung monitor. But yeah.
So why do you have a Mac in your office, Dave?
Well, that was the IT people who set us up. They've obviously got some
IT people.
Yeah. The IT people said, no, it's got to be Mac. And then a few years later, there was yeah. So they even brought us a non-Mac server. So the office has a non-Mac server. But let's talk about Matt Houlihan.
You're lucky Beef's not on here because Beef is avid like Android, Samsung, everything. He hates the fact that I use he hates
Yeah.
the fact that I do what everyone else does and use an
Yeah.
apple because
Yeah.
that is what it is. So you're lucky he's not on here, otherwise you wouldn't get him to shut up.
Yeah. Well,
Where
Anthony,
is
you
old?
used to be an iPhone, and you've gone to Samsung
I
recently.
did. I've moved over to Samsung because, like, I had an Apple iPhone for a long time, and that was my ecosystem. And then I was just like, the Samsung came on special on sale, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna give it a go. So I went, and I'm really happy I made the change because it's the same. It has the same look and feel as an Apple, to be honest. But you've got a lot more capability to do a lot more things. So I'm pretty happy with it. So if you want to make the change, as a person that had to get off the Apple bandwagon, I can tell you, Matt, you can do it, and it's not that difficult.
I don't spend enough time on my phone, so that's fine.
Well,
As long
I'm
as it
going
can,
to congratulate you. You see, now you've made me look bad. My wife will be watching this. Go, see, Anthony, get off the damn phone. See, you don't need to be on your phone. So no, that's awesome. So interesting place for you today, Matt. Normally you're the one doing all the interviewing, but you're going to be on the other foot today.
Yeah. I don't know what to expect, so no, this will be good. Beef does send his apologies. He's he works quite hard, but he does a lot of work with because obviously he does a lot of media work, and at the moment he's doing some work for some camping company, so he is in the middle of nowhere with no reception. So he does send his apologies, but it's just gonna be me today, unfortunately.
Well, look, that means we get an extra view because I'm sure he may actually jump in and have a look at what we're talking about later on. But let's do a little bit of an intro of yourself, Matt. This is your show, Yarns with Beef and Matt. It's got a cool
That's
name.
the one.
I like that. I like that name. Did it take you long to come up with that, or what was the deal? How did you come up with that name?
Not really. To be fair, Beef came up with it. We just like talking shit, and another way of talking shit is to call it the yarn. So we're like, we'll call it yarns. We did it originally because we didn't want to pigeonhole it just for like one thing. We were going to be called the New Zealand Wadcast. That was the original thing, and we thought we didn't actually want to pigeonhole us just into CrossFit because we did want to branch out into other athletes, which we have done. And then the yarns, he came up with that. He sent it. I was like, yeah, sweet as. We'll call it that. And then he set it up, and it just said with Beef and Matt. And I was like, well, no one said your name went first, but at the end of the day. But
Beef's actual name is surely it's not Beef. It's
it's Brandon.
Brandon. What's his last name?
Brandon McIndoe.
Yeah,
McIndoe. That nickname comes from way before, like back in his college days, before I knew him. So he has told me where it comes from. I can't remember.
Is it because he can lift heavy? Because he looks like he can lift heavy.
He can shift some tin, man. He's pretty handy on the barbell.
So I was going through your some of your Instagram stuff, and I came across his stuff and lifting, and I was like, oh my goodness, he's shifting some big weights.
Yeah, he goes pretty hard. He's pretty fucking like under the radar with his CrossFit. Like you see him come in, you think, he wouldn't do much, but now he can shift, man, and especially on the barbell. Now he goes pretty hard on the barbell. That's where we met actually. So I own a gym in New Zealand, and he turned up because he used to play basketball back in the day. He was quite good at basketball, to be fair. And he just wanted to get a bit of fitness before the basketball season, and then he just like everyone got hooked on it and doesn't play basketball anymore. And
is he still CrossFitting with you? Or is he still in at your gym at CrossFit Assiduous?
No, he's not. He left a few years ago. He moved over to the Bay, so Tauranga, Bay of Plenty, which is like a 2-hour drive. Well, probably not even that, 90-minute drive from where we are. So he shifted over there, and he joined a box called CrossFit Papamaya, which is we did like an affiliate series a year ago, 2 years ago, and we interviewed the owner of that box actually, which was pretty cool. But he still goes pretty hard over there. But like he's like in the last sort of 8 to 9 months, he's taken on quite a lot of work. Like he was one of the videographers for Torian Pro this year. He was over there doing that. He's going pretty hard at the moment. So
you can't call that work though, mate. You can't call that work. That would be so much fun. You know, that would be a dream, like to be on the medical team or something like that at the CrossFit Games or Torian.
I think it's the editing, Dave. That's the problem. It's the filming is fun and talking and being in the event, but then just trying to put it all together into those.
Yeah, but does he have to do all the editing, or is he just collecting the footage?
Oh, Beef. Oh, mate, he does it all. Like,
right,
mate. He I mean, like I've never seen someone edit like that. Like, and a lot of creators are like this. Don't get me wrong. I just spend a lot of time with Beef. He like he'll spend 20 minutes editing something you won't even like notice, but he'll notice it. He's he'll finish an event. Yeah, he'll finish an event about 8 p.m. and then he won't finish editing till like 3 a.m. Wow. It's they go pretty hard. They love what they do and they're really good. And to get to that level, you do have to be good because there's so many good creators in the space at the moment. So you just have to
see all those special effects and things like that from the Buttery Bros and it's just
Hiller and all those guys.
Even Hiller's stuff, which is pretty rudimentary. You know, you could do that stuff on your phone. But when you start getting into Final Cut Pro and Adobe Premiere Pro, it's like movie level quality. It's cinema sort of quality. But even that little promo video I sent you that we put out this morning or last night, you know, that took 15 minutes. On my mobile phone, just I know, but like you know, it just takes time.
Yeah.
And I noticed that do you guys live stream your podcast or do you just record and up?
Yeah, we record and edit. No, we've never done live. I don't even think we've done live on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck, especially like a lot of our videos, like the funny ones. Fuck, they take like 60 to fucking 70 takes sometimes.
Really?
Like,
yeah.
We're so shit live. But but especially
Anthony and I live stream because we don't have time. Like this is the cool thing about our show. Like how long we've been going for 6 months now, and we only do fortnightly shows. I'd like to do weekly shows. I think that would really increase traction. But live streaming, there's just no editing. It's how it comes. So sometimes it goes well and sometimes it doesn't. But it's the idea is that we're just having a chat, like we bumped into each other in the pub and we're just talking about shit.
Yeah, I mean it's good. The beauty with editing, like afterwards, is like we can overlay stuff and that. But I mean, at the end of the day, we don't really edit the chats. Maybe the bit at the start and the bit at the end where it makes no sense and you don't need it in there. But other than that, it's what you see on our podcast is what's happening. We don't really cut anything out unless an athlete asks us, especially what with the latest stuff. Like I've worked with, I did the one with Jazz Hotham and Tori Peters and Marco Rojas. So they're all on professional contracts, like outside of CrossFit. So they have had to run it through their media team first. And we've never said anything that needs editing out, luckily. But in that circumstance, it would probably help.
Right. So maybe when we get a games athlete. Oh well, we've already had Georgia Pryor on. She didn't tell us to edit anything else out. But I think in a fortnight we got Bill Leahy, so maybe his coach. Bill Leahy doesn't have a coach. That's what we're going to ask him. That's what we're going to talk to him about.
Well, with Tori Peters, so she's on the New Zealand Olympic team, and so
in what sport?
She's a javelin thrower, which is sick. Okay. She's actually from around here, and it was a cool chat. But I think, especially with her, like to get like they have to be in good standing with the NZOC, and so like getting her to check with her media team is just a way of making sure that she's not said anything that would get into trouble that way. Not that she did, but I don't know. CrossFit Games, I guess they usually say whatever they want anyway. So
Yeah, it's fairly easy to get yourself into trouble in the politically correct world that we live in these days, isn't it? With saying something.
Yeah.
So imagine,
Definitely.
I can see, especially like when you're getting up into that IOC kind of space. Like people are not going to want to mess around with that when it comes with sponsors and all of the challenges that it presents.
Yeah.
So how
Have
did
you
you
got
get
my
into
open score up?
podcasting?
Yeah, get rid of that. You get rid of my open score. People are going to know how fucking shit I am across.
Well, let's have a look. Let's talk about your
how many I didn't finish.
This is pretty impressive though, Matt. Like you've got 2017 was your first open. 2018, something happened. 2019, 2020, 2 year break.
Well, I just think I had a look at this, and you just don't finish the open. You only do like
I
one
was
or
gonna
two
say
of the workouts.
I miss heaps of them, eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you look at your individual scores in some of those, Dave, he's a lot better. He's a lot better than that. Like that doesn't show exactly
What
how.
are you? You're in the individual. You're in the individual rank. You're not 35 yet.
Not yet. No, I'm 33, 34 next week. Fuck.
Wow.
I'm catching.
Wow.
I'm catching everyone up.
Yeah, but that's pretty cool. Like you're pretty consistent with your your sign up, which is great. 2025, you signed up as well. When there was a campaign out there to tell everyone not to sign up, which is awesome. And
I don't read into any of that. I do CrossFit because I like it, not because someone tells me to.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish other people thought like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. We'll use this snippet on something. We'll use that snippet.
Sweet.
That's perfect.
And this is your box, CrossFit Assiduous.
Yeah, Assiduous. We pronounce it Assiduous.
Assiduous.
Oh fuck. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So where did the name come? I had a couple of business owners back in the day. They're no longer part of it, but we sat down. Me and the guy Aaron was his name, and we had already come up with we wanted to use like a Spartan helmet, and then we worked backwards from there. We were like, what's like a Greek word for hard work? And Assiduous came up, but we're idiots, so we said, Assiduous sounds cool. Apparently it's pronounced Assiduous, but so we went with that. So Assiduous meaning like hard work,
work, perseverance. That's it. Yeah, that's
nice.
It's a good name. Did CrossFit come back at CrossFit? Didn't come back at you and go, hey, what? Because when you make your application to own a box,
they're all dicky about it.
You've got to justify. You've got to justify your name and you can't use this and you can't use that. Like you can't use a region anymore because it'll upset someone else.
So originally we wanted to be CrossFit Tiamutu, because Tiamutu is the town we're in. And same thing, they go, no, you can't use a regional thing. I was like, well, fucking so many others do.
Oh my God, is that Tiamutu out of the Crowded House song?
Is that Neil and Tim Finn are from Tiamutu. Like they grew up in this town. They went to my college.
There you go.
There's the link up. Crowded House. Split ends, please.
Oh, wow.
Crowded House was the Aussie version. Well,
I love split ends too, so I got no problems with
that. Yeah. No, they went to the. There's like the Tiamutu Museum, which has like it's fucking
just
tiny,
full of split ends.
It's just pretty much just split end stuff.
And Crowded House. Yeah.
So I'll just bring up for our international viewers, because we have so many. Whereabouts are you? New Zealand.
You're on the wrong island, mate. You're on the wrong island.
Okay.
There you
go.
Island.
North Island, Auckland. Okay, there we go.
All right, you see that place there called Hamilton?
This one. Okay, yep.
All right, if you can,
you need to
if
zoom
you were
in
to zoom in on that, Tiamutu would.
I bet it's
an apple, bro.
I bet it's a beautiful place. Am I
right? Tiamutu, there it is, bro. Hamilton,
right
Cambridge,
there,
Tiamutu.
Right there, down here.
And
what goes on? What goes on down there? What's is it just like a rural town, or what is it? A farming town? Yeah.
That's where split ends come from, Dave. We just said that. Yeah. Like that's all the world needs to know. House and split ends.
That's where Neil and Tim Finn came from there. Just a big rural community, big farming town. There's a few dotted around it, like Parongia and Kihikihi. But yeah, Tiamutu, it's good. There's heaps there. So you've got every fast food you could ever want in Te Awamutu.
Every
Like, all
fast
of them.
food.
Oh, mate, it's crazy. Anyway.
And how many CrossFit boxes in your town?
We're the only one. There's a BFT in town, so they're probably like the closest thing. And then in Cambridge, which is like a 30-minute, not even that, 20-minute drive, there's a CrossFit gym there. But now we're the only one in Te Awamutu, so it's pretty good.
How many members you got, Matt?
I think anywhere between 90 and 100 at any given time. I wouldn't know how many we've got at the moment, but it's a pretty small community.
So you're the affiliate owner, yes?
Yeah.
Are you the
There's
owner?
two others. There's two other owners. I'm the affiliate manager, I guess you call it. But there's two other owners, and their partners. But there's two other directors. Honestly, you're asking the wrong person. But basically, there's a girl, Rebecca, who does all the admin and all the finances and all that kind of stuff. She's amazing. Yeah. And then another guy, Kyle Osborne, he helps me with a lot of coaching. And
do you coach as well?
Yeah.
Do you coach as well?
As much as I can. Yeah.
So you're the head coach, or is it? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
so you're the owner, coach, and podcaster. Like that's. I got a question with the podcasting. Like, how did you get into podcasting, or why did you want to do that?
It's probably pretty similar to I think what you said on the phone the other day. It's just like there's Americans doing it, there's Europeans doing it. Why was there no one over here doing it? And you see the caliber of athletes coming out of our region. You just sort of wanted to put a spotlight on them, and plus, like it's cool to talk to people as well. So you put that together, and Beef was pretty handy on a camera, so it just sort of matched up, and went out one day and bought a bunch of gear and came back and.
So you've got all the gear. You've gone the CrossFit way. Get the shoes, get the knee pads, all the stuff that you possibly.
Yeah. Down the cross. Yeah. So we went all with the roadcaster side of things, and. Yeah,
we haven't gone that way yet. We haven't gone that way. We're just still using our basic headsets and computers. But I keep telling Dave, I'm like, we should go and get some podcast mics. We should go and do some, get some good equipment. So
yeah, diminishing returns. We got. There's probably lots of other things we need to practice before we do.
How all the gear, right?
I watched your episode 1. That was really cool. How do you and you've got quite a few you've had some pretty big Aussie names in the region. Jay Crouch, Matty Sturt, who else? Bailey. Any tips on how to
grab
get in
them,
contact with these guys and ask them to come on the show? How have you done that?
Well, Bailey was a bit easier because he's like we've grown up. Not together, but growing up in the CrossFit space together. He's a little bit younger, but so he was a little bit easier to get on. Like the fact that we kind of already knew each other. Beef knew him quite well as well through the media space. So he came on. He was probably our first guest to come on, and then after that, I reached out to Pedro, I guess they call him, but Peter from Coffee Pods and Wads. I reached out to him.
Oh yeah.
I didn't think I'd get. Yeah. I didn't think I'd get anything back, but he was extremely receptive and gave me some ideas to just help. At the end of the day, if they don't reply, they don't reply. Yep. But it was just a matter of just getting the messages out there, and as long as and someone's going to reply eventually. There is another backdoor way. I don't know if you can do it anymore, but if you were to reply to their story, it came up a lot more. Because sometimes you get lost in their DMs, but I don't know if that works anymore. But you used to be able to reply to their story, and it would come up, and they'd get the notifications. So sometimes that worked.
I've been talking. I've been doing that with Luke DeJong, because he's been posting a whole bunch of stuff, and he's trying to. He's having that competition with the weightlifter about 10,000 follows. Trying to get to the first person to get to 10,000 followers. And so I saw it and I reposted his story and I said, I put my message on there, and he posted almost straight away. He's like, thanks, mate. Appreciate the help and the support. It's like, wow. So those guys are looking at it. And the same with Georgia. I just reached out to Georgia, not expecting her to even respond. And she responded within 5 minutes of me putting a message there. And I was like, this is awesome. I'm just going to keep doing this and see who else we can get. And that was the next one was Leahy in the next next fortnight that we've got. So I think it's just keep throwing the net out and see what happens.
Yeah, I think that's the worst that can happen is that they don't reply, or they're so inundated with messages from their fans that they don't see it. It's not that they don't reply; they're just like inundated. And even I think I saw one of your little thumbnails with Shane Orr. You got Shane on your show.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like with a lot, so Jake Douglas, for example, like he's got a lot of followers, and message him, he messages back, all good. And he said something on the podcast. He's like, a lot of them realize that they're famous to a very niche crowd. So like to think that and this is just him speaking, to think that they're like bet too good to come on a podcast to help someone out.
Yes.
Is like, especially like, it's the way he was thinking. Is like, why would I do that? Like, so and Jake's probably, and George obviously trains with Jake, so maybe George has got some similar values in that way.
Yeah. So it's not like they're in our eyes they're superstars and they're superhuman, but they're still very keen. They understand that CrossFit is a growing sport and has a very small audience. So in a way, the media that we're creating for them is beneficial too, because they're becoming more well known, and the more well known they are, the more saleable or marketable they are from sponsors, from the eyes of the sponsors as well. So that is.
Have your sponsors helped with that as well? Like with has LSKD and Frog being able to help get some of those names?
Frog's been pretty good. LSKD, they're such a massive thing now. Like talking to them, like, and even with the affiliate, because our affiliates uses LSKD as well. Like you're dealing with a new person every year, I've found. So for them, not so much. That really, really helpful. Honestly, they would send us gear like without even asking. Sometimes they're really good at doing that, but not so much getting guests on. I don't think it's really something they wanted to do. But Frog Grips have been good. Frog Grip, we were, when we were at Torian a couple of years ago, we weren't actually there on an official like basis or anything like that. I think Beef was doing some stuff for CrossFit New Zealand, but Frog reached out. They knew we were there. Worked out a deal with getting photos for some of their athletes, and so they've been very good. I've forgotten his name actually, which is pretty poor from me, but he's a great guy.
Froggy Australian? Are they an Australian company? Or is that, okay. I know he was out there at the Mayhem Classic as well, I think. I remember them giving him I remember phoning, giving him sort of a 5-minute spiel during the live stream. We just started having a chat about all his products. But we've got a sponsor, Matt, Redback. Have you heard of Redback?
Oh, I have, I have a few. I've got a few mates that use them.
Yeah, so he's an awesome guy. His name's Matt as well.
And one T or two T's? It's a big difference.
Oh shit, that's a good question.
It's two T's because he's Matthew, right?
Matt Lesser. So we've got lots of use of the old Redbacks. So I think they're $70 as well, 70 Aussie dollars.
This is Dave's plug now. We're just plugging it.
You got to plug your discount code, bro. What's your discount? Come on, man. You got to leave.
Well, that is the discount code. It's
It's camp, isn't it? Camp 10, isn't that what? Isn't that the thing?
Yeah. Well, $70 is pretty cheap. Most of them are around $100, and they are really cool. They are really good. Like, always big shout out to Matt.
You do have a pair of Frogs in reserve, though, don't you, Dave? So you've got them in reserve as well.
They're in the boot of the car. They're in the boot of the car at the moment. So just in case I'm out and about, and I get a flatty or something, and I can just rip out the Frogs and change the tire with them on.
Well, your sponsors could be listening, bro. You can't be telling them that. You wouldn't use anything else other than Redback.
That's right. Cool. And what about Matt? What about what about CrossFit itself? Have you always been sort of a fit type of bloke growing up in high school? And
not so much. I think my early days, I was actually born in England. I grew up over there. I played football, or soccer as you guys call it, until I moved to New Zealand. I was about 12 when we moved to New Zealand, and played football here for a year. Realized that the level was pretty fucking shit, so ended up switching to playing rugby because I liked the idea that people wanted to turn up and train and be good. I was never that good at rugby, but I liked the training environment. And then when I left college, I didn't really do. I actually left college pretty young. I was 16 when I left. Got a mechanical trade. But I wasn't really into fitness for like maybe 4 years after that. I think I was 20 when I just got out of a relationship, funnily enough. And when you get out of a relationship, you got to go to the gym to for some reason. So and then my brother said, "Oh, why don't you try CrossFit?" This one literally just opened up 3 months ago. CrossFit Wiper is what it was called. So I went down there, did my first session. I think it was Isabel. I can't remember. It would have been pretty light, empty bar probably. I don't know. But I remember, doing that, and I was like, "Fuck, this is."
And
did
you know
what a workout?
An
what a
Olympic
workout
snatch
again.
was? Did you know what that? Had you any idea of Olympic weightlifting?
Like from the Olympics, I had watched. I think because it was 2013 and it was Rich's third year of winning. It was actually it all kind of fell into place. I was watching it on ESPN and I was like, "That's pretty cool." And then I decided to go to the gym, and then my brother said, "Why don't you do CrossFit? There's literally one just opened up." And I was like, "Fuck, that was the thing I was literally just watching on ESPN like the other day." And then it was meant to be.
Your brother hadn't started doing it yet, had he? Or
he'd been doing it for a couple of weeks.
He'd already been doing it, and he goes, "Oh, this is cool. All right." Maybe he.
Is he still doing it?
Nah. He lasted like a year, and then.
That was a great time to watch CrossFit too, though, wasn't it? With Froning and Josh.
Don't get me started on that.
Jason
Honestly, bro, I don't know how you can ever replicate those years. And it sounds so shit because there's so many good athletes now. But honestly, like from 2013 to 2018, I don't know if CrossFit will ever be that cool again. But that's just me.
Yeah, both the men's and women. Camille, Julie Fouché. Were you watching CrossFit at that time, Anthony? Did you see any of that stuff back in the day?
No, I hadn't gone down that path at that stage.
It was amazing.
I've watched it all now. I've gone and watched all of the different workouts, and they come on my feed because my feed is mostly made up of CrossFit, and it's pretty much CrossFit. So when I'm scrolling through my reels, it's just like, Froning versus Fraser, and in the open announcement. Okay, I'll watch that for like 14 minutes. I'll watch them do crazy things.
Well, even older, the Icelandics. Who was that guy? That bloody guy who?
Oh, Miko Salo.
Miko Salo. Those guys. He couldn't double under at the time, and like a year later, Savan goes out to his house. This is Savan back in the day, like just with his little camera, just filming everything and then editing it and just throwing it up on YouTube, and everyone just consuming it. And goes, "That is not a problem anymore." Like double, because Savan says, you couldn't do double unders when I last saw you, and he goes, "No, that is not a problem." And he just pumps out like 500 unbroken.
He's a psycho though. Like he wouldn't train with music. Like he was, he was a trip, man. Just even watching all the content back then, like I watched everything. Even there was like a series called Killing the Fat Man. Like I just
I
just watched all of that, and now man, I can't really commit to watching because it's all just a bunch of
It's weird now, isn't it? It's not
so different.
You haven't got into
like the Boys Interrupted, that one.
Nah, Nah, again,
it's
like I just
it's
not the
interesting
same.
watching it's interesting watching their banter. Like, that's fascinating, and obviously
yeah,
everything that's going on with Danielle Brandon, like, that sells as well, because it's, what is she doing? Who is she not doing? Who is she doing? Like, all of those
yeah,
conversations seem to come up, and the views seem to radiate. Like, so
yeah,
it seems like there are personalities within the CrossFit world that are starting to gain that traction, right? Not the same as the Fronings and the Frasers, but there seems to be definitely some personalities that are coming through.
mm.
Obviously you guys were at the start, but I love watching people just work their ass off, honestly. Like, when you see them just like Colton is fantastic to watch. Like, I used to find when I first saw him, he was a little bit boring, but now I'm really fascinated by his whole journey. So,
Well, it's because you kind of know him, right? You've because he's been on the Savan podcast a lot, and Kill
yeah,
Taylor and all those guys. We've kind of got to know who he is as a person, and so you can now relate to it. And I think there
absolutely.
needs to be more of that storytelling.
Mm.
I like the road to the games, and the road to Torian and those ones, because the media goes in and you see the guy having breakfast, and then having a bit of a yarn in between training pieces, and saying how shit things are, or how good things are, and what he's working on, and you really get to know the athlete, and that's what then makes it awesome watching them at the events, because you kind of
Yeah.
had this background, story behind them.
Well, you become invested in their story as well, right? You're invested. You
That's
want
it.
to see them do well. So,
That's it. Yeah.
so
And that's
what?
kind of the motivation of the show, isn't it? That was our motivation to start the camp.
Mm,
Mm.
Why we call it that, CrossFit Affiliate Members Podcast. It's really about getting more people to understand what CrossFit's all about, and it all starts in the affiliate. Okay, that's
Yeah,
that's the sort of engine room for CrossFit is the community affiliates.
yeah.
yeah.
And
Because
Did
when
the
we spoke,
acronym
just
come first, or did you come up with the camp first, or did it just happen by accident? Like, what? How's that come around?
what were we doing? We were just sitting around after a workout,
well,
thinking we were.
Dave
We
just texted me and said, "Got a great name for our podcast. Let's call it The Camp." And I went, "No,
They gave a shit.
that
The
sounds
members
that
gave a shit
sounds
about it. They
terrible.
said,
That
"This sounds
sounds
campy.
terrible.
Are you guys gay or something?"
What are we trying to do here?"
Can't say that. You get
and then,
cancelled.
Camp. It's so camp.
I know, I was
I
like,
didn't know that was a word that described that sort of feminine sort of.
And just
But
to make
All right.
things interesting, the logo of this CrossFit gym is rainbow colored too, Matt. So, and
Oh yeah, I did
and
have a look
so I
actually.
was like, "What are you trying to do, Dave? Like, what are we actually doing here?" And they said, "No, it's CrossFit Affiliate Members Podcast." And I'm like, "Oh, I like that now. That's actually good.
Mm.
Let's stick with that."
and then yeah,
So I
we
think,
got
and
we got
then
we got t-shirts. We got the
we got
t-shirts.
t-shirts. We made some t-shirts. We went to the Torian and wore them. See,
Yeah,
he's
sick
wearing
man.
the Campbell's got.
I think we
So
got
we did a
some
few things.
singlets
You
somewhere.
got some merch? Have you got some merch for your
We
yarns?
did like a basketball singlet.
Yeah, I went to your website and I
Yeah.
saw that you were offering merch, and I was like, "Oh wow, that's a pretty cool step to take." Have you sold
Yeah,
much of
I
it?
didn't. Nah, it was it was a bit of a dud to be fair. It was a gamble, but we thought, oh well, like, everyone's doing merch, let's do our own one.
Yeah,
We sold some pieces. We gave some away as well.
yeah,
One of the athletes at Torian, because we gave them to wear them. So Toby Crouch wore mine, and then Dante Karangaroa wore Beefs, and then
yeah.
Dante just never gave Beefs back. So there's one somewhere in
Floating
New
around.
Zealand with Beef's name on the back, and it's all good.
See, that's what we're gonna do, Dave. We'll make some thing and give it away. Give it away as presents, and they'll be on
You,
the
But
they'll be on the
honestly,
camp,
Torian.
giveaways
camp,
will
camp
get
merch,
you
camp merch.
traction, man.
Well,
Mm.
I was just driving through a service station the other day. I think it was a BP. Do you guys have BP in New Zealand?
Yeah.
BP? And I was just driving through and I go, oh, look, they're making merch for us. So I thought, screw that. That cost me $2 or something. And then I went through the liquor store. Not that I didn't really go through the liquor store. And they're making merch for us as well. Campfire beer.
Bundy's, eh?
So we can
Yeah,
just use those.
Bundy's, absolutely.
Pre-made merch.
Fucking easy.
Cool. What about?
So tell us about what your thoughts on the CrossFit space are at the moment, like with everything that's going on. So let's start with the elephant in the room, the WFP. What do you
to be fair, I don't really care too much about the WFP. It's like having a problem with different. Like, I love football. I love the Premier League. It's like me having a problem with another football league. Like, I just don't care. Like, like, people can have their opinions on it. It's cool. You can say CrossFit Games is so much better, and it's like it's still fast fitness. Like, I don't know, and I also don't know enough about the inner workings of them. I don't know if there is anything going on behind the scenes that should make it any more than what it is. You know, I don't watch the WFP.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you watch Tour Stop 2 or Tour Stop 1?
Nah.
Yeah, that's what it is, yeah. But did you watch the CrossFit Games? Did you watch the CrossFit Games?
I did watch some of it. It was a bit hard. I was on a 6-week holiday with my partner. And so when it was on, like, to be fair, she probably watched more than I did. But it was, so I watched as much as I could.
Yeah. But if you weren't, cruising the world, what are you, 6 countries or something like that? 6 countries in 3 weeks. If you were just in your normal routine, you'd kind of log in and watch all the events pretty.
Yeah.
You'd follow the weekend pretty closely.
Yeah. I mean, have done it ever since I started. Yeah.
It's the CrossFit Games. I suppose, like, people sort of say the WFP is good because it's kind of giving athletes more opportunities, which is true.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic that they've got that opportunity to have more events. The only thing about it is it doesn't seem to have a focus on growing the global awareness of CrossFit, which then stunts the professionalization of CrossFit, in my view. It's more about the WFP, not CrossFit as a global participation, which is what we want to do. Like, when I've been to Madison twice, and I'm in the taxi, the Uber or whatever it is, with the taxi driver, and, they pick up our accent. What are you doing here? And I go, I'm here to watch the CrossFit Games. And I had to explain to him what the CrossFit Games was.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, no, I just, football, basketball, that's when the town's busy. The town's quiet now because he'd never heard of the CrossFit Games. And that's how small it is as a sport in my, and if you're going to grow the sport and professionalize the sport with more participation and eyeballs, you've got to promote CrossFit, not the World Fitness Project. It's got to be
the same with like High Rocks and that. Like, you look at High Rocks coming through.
Yeah,
it's just a new buzz thing. I think WFP might. It's obviously different beast, but High Rocks doesn't really promote go to like a High Rocks gym to become healthy and all that kind of stuff. And you look at some of the performances in High Rocks, like, it's not really like, they're not challenging range of motion. They're not really elevating like problems within the fitness world. Yeah, so I just, as far as those kind of things, like High Rocks and WFP, because I am so invested in CrossFit and I am obviously at the affiliate level as well. Like, I'm not trying to make a living off of being good at CrossFit. I'm trying to make a living off of helping people get better at their everyday life by doing CrossFit. That's why I don't really buy into those other ones.
Yeah, if they were promoting CrossFit as a brand, as a lifestyle, then I'd be, fantastic. I love it. Like, even if you look at something like what is it, Wadapalooza or Rogue Invitational, they still promote CrossFit in all of their
Mm.
their speech, their
Their media.
conversations, their media. It's promoting CrossFit. But these other guys, they're not allowed to use the word CrossFit. Do you
Yeah, it
know?
does seem a bit
Tommy Marquez,
like that.
Sean Woodland, Greg Glassman calls him
Woodland.
Sean Woodlake. And they're not allowed to use the word CrossFit. How
Yeah,
mad
which is a bit
that?
weird because they all
So weird.
all came to be, famous through CrossFit. So it does seem a bit bizarre that it seems to be such a taboo word for them to use. But
yeah, a taboo. We have to be clear there. It's a taboo word for them to use by the WFP. Right. It's not the other way around. It's not CrossFit saying you can't use the word. It's the other way around, right? It's like we're not using this word because we're trying to say we're different.
Yeah,
which is the sense of division there. So, which is disappointing because, as you said, it's the same size pie which we're all trying to fight over instead of trying to grow the sport and grow so that it's about the health aspect, which is what CrossFit should be about. And then, I think the happy medium here is where you do CrossFit to do these other events. You know, because you do CrossFit,
but that's 100% it.
High rocks.
It's 100% what they're doing. Like, no one who's going to WFP hasn't already hit a pretty elite level inside a CrossFit gym. You know, it's like when, and to be fair, maybe in the next 5 years they might come to an agreement, and it will be happy. You look at when Live Golf came along to PGA, like it was the same thing because PGA were the gold standard for so long. Liv's come along and said, pretty much what WFP have done. They've gone, we're going to get you more money. And athletes are probably attracted to that. But, after a few years, they realized that they're just like, there's no point competing when, the golfers are going to do what they're going to do anyway. And then they came to an agreement and the golf space is probably better for it now.
The blended. But at least Liv used the word golf, right? At least they still use the word golf, because that's the thing. Like there are precedents where other types of sport, like not strongman but powerlifting, right? Powerlifting is a very small sport, and there was one organization, I can't remember because one of my staff is a powerlifter, and he sort of was invested in the major leading organization of powerlifting, and then a few others came on the scene and tried to take athletes away from the sport of powerlifting and not use powerlifting, and so it doesn't help grow the sport of powerlifting. They all sort of stay small, but that's you can't move. Everyone's got to be using the same language and the same descriptions of what we're pursuing. But if you don't use the word golf and you call yourself Live White Ball or something, then it doesn't help. Not that golf needs growth; it's one of the oldest sports in the world. But but it's a different level. But they still use the word golf, and WFP should be the World Cross Fitness Project.
Yeah,
just stick the word cross fitness in there. Just stick the
word
cross fitness in there.
Sit down.
Oh God, just stick the word CrossFit in there. Just Anthony, there we go.
All right, I'll start reaching
on the DMs. Will Morad.
I'll start reaching out to Will. We want to give you a voice, Will. Come and help us. Come and help us.
And how good was he in CrossFit, man? Like, I remember when he came out with his headband on, and like he was so good at CrossFit. And it's just a shame to see that, he doesn't want to use the word CrossFit, or maybe there's other stuff going on that we don't know about. But
I think
they come to an agreement.
Yeah, it is a bit disappointing. But so Matt,
have you done a high rocks?
Have I done a high rocks?
Yeah.
I haven't. I remember, because it's actually been around for a lot longer than what people think. I remember 2018, I was going back to England, and I text one of my old mates, who does CrossFit. And I said to him, like, is there any comps on? Because I was going to be there for about 8 weeks. So I said, is there any comps on? Like, I wouldn't mind just seeing what it's like over there. And he was like, no, there's a Hyrox on. So there was Hyrox back in 2018, but I'd never heard of it. And there was fucking like 8Ks worth of running.
It originated
like, no,
in the UK, didn't it? Didn't it originate in the UK, Hyrox?
I'm not too sure. Maybe it was in London, and it was like 3,000 people doing it then. But
oh wow,
it did take a while to get to this side of the world, which is surprising because Aussies and New Zealanders froth a bit of fitness, eh? So
it's like the tough mutters and those things. They kind of like, once you've done them once and you've experienced it either with your mates or as a team building exercise with your workmates or whatever it is, it's not like you need to go and do it again, right? But it's just that there's so many people that are happy to do like a fun run that they still have that's their business model. You know, one wave starting every 3 minutes of 50 people, another wave. So by the end of the 9 a.m. start time, you've just sent off 200 people, all picking up $100 each, and then there's a 7 a.m. start time, and that's it. It's just a business model. It's not about.
It's a hell of a business model, to be fair.
It's a good business model, and while the sun shines, make your money. But it's not gonna. I don't see how it can have longevity like the methodology of CrossFit, which is a lifelong lifestyle. It's a lifelong pursuit.
Unless it reinvents itself, unless it comes up with, I guess, new concepts, right? So you see that, because we interviewed the guy that's responsible for running DECA, which is which is out of the Spartan piece.
Spartan, yeah.
And so they've got the Spartan races, and now they've introduced DECA, which is not as, I guess, technically complex as what Spartan is, because it's stuff that can be done in the gym. And then they've now even brought in another combination, which is called DECA Atlas, which is very much geared towards CrossFit athletes, because all of the 10 stations that they do are very CrossFit driven, except for a couple of movements which Dave and I did the other day, which we'd never seen. Surrender lunge.
But you know what I like about Spartan's approach is when they talk about DECA Atlas, they talk about CrossFit. They say, hey,
they mention
this is a workout. It's under the Spartan banner, but we're creating it for people who like CrossFit, and we want to compare Spartan athletes, and they're going to CrossFit boxes and doing DECA Atlas, events. But they're not trying to diminish or say, hey, no, do DECA Atlas. It's different. We're different. It's like, no, this is a DECA Atlas CrossFit style workout. Boom, give it a go, guys, and give us your $50 at the same time. Fair enough. Everyone wants to make a quid, but that's great, because now thousands of Spartan people get a bit of a taste of CrossFit, and they go, shit, I like CrossFit. I'm going to go and join Matt's gym, or I'm going to go and join Dave's gym. And boom, we want people knocking on the door saying, I want to join. And we're, like, oh, sorry, we're full. We've got 200 members, but there's another box just down the road. They just opened down the road. They'll be able to look after you because we're too full. And then
I've never had that problem, but
So what are your ideas from a CrossFit perspective, Matt? So obviously, as a affiliate owner, what would you like to? Where do you see CrossFit going, and how are you? What do you think could be done in the space?
Yeah, that's a hard one. I do like what they're doing at the moment with there's no shortcuts, and they're trying to take it back to the grassroots, but it's very challenging because they did do a lot of, I don't know if it was intentional or it couldn't have been intentional, but they've done a lot of damage in the last sort of 5 years. Bringing in 2 different CEOs in that time, and just a lot of the chatter in the space is quite negative as well. And I think a lot of people with followings, and they're mainly American, they do need to just shut up and get on with it. Like, at the end of the day, like I could go into my gym now and talk to 50 members, and they couldn't tell you who won the CrossFit Games. They don't do CrossFit to do that. And I think a lot of people outside looking in do see these top athletes, and they could almost negatively impact the fact that they want to go and do CrossFit. So CrossFit can't do anything to stop that anyway, and people can post whatever they want. What would I do to change it? I honestly, I don't know. I like my community, and I like what my community can offer. I don't know.
So how are you trying to grow your community? So if we kind of take it back to the micro level, like what are you trying to do?
In terms of what, like
in terms of to grow your business, get more members, like how are you doing that? Like what's your approach?
Well, that's the question. So you got like BFT doing their thing, like they crush it with their 8-week challenges and that kind of stuff, right? But CrossFit's not about, well, in my opinion, it's not about 8-week challenges. It's about life being your challenge, right? So how can you? So for me to get people in the door, it's trying to sell them that, that like you don't have to be fit to come into CrossFit. We do CrossFit to get you fit, but it's not going to be 8 weeks and then see you later. It's going to be like this is a journey.
It's a lifestyle.
It's getting people to buy into that.
Yeah, and it's a relative. Fitness is a relative word, right? It's a relative. Fitness for me is different for fitness for Anthony, and it's different for our 90-year-old. Like we've got a geriatric class, and I think you have to be over 70 to participate in it. And it's really funny because you see the oldies like competing against each other. I'm the fittest 80-year-old. Like they're still as competitive as us when we hit our workouts. Oh shit, Ben beat me by 2 minutes tonight. But so is Murray, our 78-year-old. He's still crushing. He still wants to crush his mate who's 80. It's really cool. It's all relative, and that's the fantastic thing about the methodology, is that every single day we get to enjoy this amazing playground of functional training, and life doesn't give us that. Working in an office, working in modern lifestyle occupations kind of restricts that expression of functional movement. Which is where the reversal of chronic disease comes in, I think. You're promoting the true lifestyle health changes that come with CrossFit is kind of very different to a bloody 8-week challenge. What do you do after the 8-week challenge? Like what do I do then? Is that it?
Do you think though?
Go get on the piss again.
Yeah, I lost 5 kilos. Now I can get back to my weekend booze benders.
But do you think those little options though, those options like the 8-week challenge, do you think CrossFit could use some of those pieces to kind of at least start the process? Like, because it seems like it's you've got to get them in the door, and then you can kind of do the upsell of lifestyle and all that sort of stuff. So I guess my experience, Dave, when I walked into because Dave had the first box in a hospital, and I went through, because I had a really bad back, so my process was through neuro hab, and I used to watch this class before I do my neurohab, and I'd watch these people and I go, what are they doing? Because they were doing CrossFit or they were doing NeuroMove, and I was watching them do it, and I'm thinking, I'm never going to be able to do that. And I used to look at the little poster on the wall, which was the 100 words of fitness, and I used to read that and say, oh, okay, I'm not doing any of that. And it gradually happened that all of a sudden I went from neurohab to neuromove to CrossFit. And when they said because COVID happened, and unfortunately they couldn't offer it in the hospital anymore, and they said, and I remember like Dave's wife was like, you need to come and join CrossFit. And I was like, I don't want to do CrossFit, I'm going to get hurt. And it was like, Anthony, you've been doing CrossFit for the last year. And I was like, Okay, right. So, but it was this slow thing, because if somebody would have said, come and do CrossFit right from the word go, I would have been like, no, I'm not joining that. I'm not doing that. But now I'm hooked, right? And I see everything that it has to offer. So that was my personal experience, but you had to get me in the door. And the rehabilitation thing was the thing that got me in the door.
It is life transforming, and that's where the BFTs and the F45s and that type of stuff. I'm not saying it can't happen to people, but it struggles. I think it would struggle to create those significant life transforming um, experiences like Anthony just described. And most of our members have them. I've got my own life transformation from starting CrossFit. Yeah, and I thought I was healthy before I started CrossFit. I was freaking unhealthy as anything, and I didn't know how to move. I didn't know how to move properly. I didn't understand biomechanics of hip extension, spinal stability, all of that stuff. That's all come from Olympic weightlifting, and the other guys, they just don't have that deep attention to the human function, really, which comes inherently. It's integrated in high intensity functional movements.
Yeah.
And what do you think? Sorry, you go.
Just going back to what you said before, like, is there a way of getting people in the door by offering that? Like, I did want to go down that route, but I can't sell myself on it, so I'm not going to sell members on it. Like, the gyms do that. CrossFit gyms do that. They have their, challenges within their calendar year or whatever, and that's cool. I think CrossFit's probably a good space to do that. If you think about it, you can do your 8-week challenge, but at the end of the 8 weeks, you still get to carry on and do CrossFit and still get better at life that way. But yeah, I mean, just when I started CrossFit, everyone used to have to do like this on-ramp thing, like CrossFit Foundations classes. So I struggle to be able to introduce that again. I've tried it before; it doesn't get much uptake. But that used to be sort of the gold standard to getting people into CrossFit gyms. Whereas, I don't know what the fix is these days, but
you mean your on ramps for a new member, that sort of thing? Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a barrier to entry, isn't it? People go, "Oh, what? I just want to pay my money and start tonight, can't I?" But obviously, they don't even understand the lingo, the jargon, the words that we use to describe movements. So you got to give them a bit of a
And on-ramp was so good for that. Like, even you get a member coming in to do a new class and you go, "Oh, we're doing a 21-15-9," and you try your hardest to break it down. 9 times out of 10, they even get that bit wrong. They'll do it in a different order, which is fine. It's cool.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of an on-ramp. You can spend
they're doing 55 push-ups instead of the 21, 15.
It's always they'll do 21 of the first one, 15 of the next one, 9 of the last one, then they're done. And you're like, no, you're 21 of all of them. But yeah, that is what it is.
But I would, if we asked you the question earlier, if you were the new CEO of CrossFit, that's what the affiliate fees should be for. And you had the affiliate fee rise a little while ago. There was a huge outcry, like, why is it going up? What is HQ doing? That's where the media should be. The media should be about those life transforming experiences, and don't CrossFit's for anyone. A lot of people have that stigma still that CrossFit's only for people who look like Rich Froning and Matt Fraser and Tia Claire. No, when I talk to the nurses at work and I say, come to my gym, come and do some sessions. No, I'm going to get hurt. My God, it's just that stigma needs to be eliminated, and that's kind of what CrossFit's job should be. I think that's fair enough to ask of them as a media company. Like, CrossFit sort of could put out that sort of media. We'll do the other media. We'll do this media free of charge. We'll talk to the athletes, and then you've got the CrossFit Games to showcase the athletes. but just let the common people know that CrossFit's for everybody and anybody. That's what I'd like.
They did that. They did that charge. Do you remember when they were doing all the videos where it's like people picking up, jerry cans and sitting down on the couch? They did that, and I don't know if that worked, but that was trying to show that it was for the everyday people. But I don't
think that was done
really
very well.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of how they did it.
No, that could have been so much better. They should have got Savan back in. They should have got Savan back in to go out to bloody gyms, to go to your gym, to go to my gym, interview people like Anthony there, interview our 80-year-old, and get those stories out there with the CrossFit branding on it. That's what I think would be the
Well,
first
I like the direction that they've done with their advertising at the moment. Like, I think it's gone back to a really raw place. So hopefully that will help.
Is it just the one ad? I've seen one ad. I haven't seen multiple.
It's almost. Yeah, I'm the same as you. I've seen the one, and it gets shared everywhere. I like So I don't know the Australian. So obviously you got such a bigger space to cover as well, and I don't know if Ed Morrison does it anymore, but Leah over here, she's our New Zealand liaison, and she does such an amazing job. She makes sure she goes around all the affiliates, and really tries to help where she can. She'll advertise, your gym if you through the NZ, whatever it's called, New Zealand CrossFit.
ANZ something. Yeah,
that's the one. Yeah, I should know that. Part of it, but but she does really. So I'm not too sure if it's the same in Australia. There's obviously there's so much bigger space to cover, but I feel like if CrossFit HQ is going to do something, they should really be incentivizing the liaisons to make sure they're looking after their regions properly.
Yeah.
To help promote.
I mean, get beef out. There's a guy who understands the sport, understands the life transforming. Get him out there filming once a month in gyms, a new video, a new story. That'd be so cool,
that's what we tried to do once upon a time with the affiliate series. We tried that. We even got on. His name was Josh Lumens. He's an adaptive athlete, but the episode didn't do very well. I think it genuinely didn't even crack 50 views, which is it sucks, but people know what they want to watch. We're not going to force them to. But
that video should have been made by CrossFit.
Yeah, it would have gone down quite well.
HQ should have come to your gym and done that, right? It's difficult for us as amateurs to get the eyeballs,
the traction, the eyes. Yeah.
Yes. It's got to come from the big player. We'll do it. You've done it. We've done interviews, 100 views, 50 views. We still had fun doing it, but it's not enough momentum to reach, to crack through the algorithms. Obviously,
let's use the word yet, though. Let's use the word yet. Yet, Dave.
Oh, it takes time. We barely crack. We barely crack a few hundred views. But it does take perseverance. We've had quite a few breaks this year from doing it, which doesn't help. It stops.
Do you try to do weekly shows? Or?
We did for ages. We went weekly every Tuesday. But it just once, because Beef, like I said, he lives quite a while away. So it did get a little bit hard, and then we went to fortnightly. Then we took a break over Christmas, and it was pretty hard to get the traction back up. People still wanted to come on, and we did well that way. But definitely this year has been quite slow for us. Not having Beef on, so. And,
if you're busy, send them our way. Saying, hey, we got these two crazy Aussies.
Just message them, bro.
You can come and be the third host on ours.
Mate, invite me. I'll come on. I love talking CrossFit. But Luke De Jong is the man as well. You'll get him on easy as. I'm actually talking to him and Riley tomorrow. We've got a pretty funny episode tomorrow. We're recording because they've been having their online. I don't know if you've been following that, but Riley and Luke have been having their online little beef, which is just fucking so funny. So we're going to get on and talk some shit.
And that's the stuff, right? That's the stuff that builds the characters for people to follow, right? So they become likable. You want to follow them. You want to see how they're going to go in the games. Especially like CrossFit, I think has a really unique opportunity because, as you said before, like when Bailey has talked about the fact that, was Jake that you mentioned that Jake understood that he's not a celebrity pretty much anywhere else except in the concept of CrossFit. So he's happy to kind of do and promote and be on those things. That's an opportunity where the athletes that can join different affiliates, come and train, connect, which creates that more connection because you feel like, oh my God, I'm closer to somebody who's going to the games. That means something then, right? At the moment, if they are very standoffish and they're like, okay, I'm not going to talk to you, or, I'm too good, like which some of the Americans probably are, it creates a very disjointed opportunity and it's not an opportunity anymore. So I think like Australia's got a really interesting position because most of the athletes do seem to be quite accessible at this stage.
And it is the New Zealand and Australian mentality as well. Like everyone, 99% of people are pretty keen for a yarn and just, they don't think too highly of themselves. I think America's probably got a lot to do with that. A lot of them are very sure of themselves, very confident. And in some ways, maybe New Zealand and Australia need to be a bit more like that. I definitely think the tall poppy syndrome over in these countries is a bit ridiculous. But I do think that does make our athletes a bit easier to talk to and get on shows like this.
In general, CrossFitters are pretty cool people, though. Like people who the personality type of people who really get engrossed and invested in CrossFit. They've got that personality of I like to do hard things. I like challenges. That type of person generally is a pretty humble individual. And like if you think about like our community, your community, you could probably have a beer with anyone in that community. You could probably sit down with them and have a meal, have them come to your barbecue because they're just cool people. So the athletes generally are like that. I don't know. There's a few sort of outliers in the States. There's some personalities that for some reason seem to attract the attention, but maybe that's the way that they want to be, so that they get more attention and eyeballs and sponsorship, because even bad publicity is good publicity. If you look at it like that, But that's probably
100%,
cool that the guys can come up. What about the? Do you get concerned about who the new leadership's going to be? Like, it just seems to be dragged out. I thought the new leadership would have been announced, and the sale of CrossFit and what that's going to look like. As an affiliate owner, does it concern you at all? Like,
I don't think. I think when it first got sold, I took a lot of care about it, and then because who was the first one? Eric Rosa, and then Don Full bought it off him. So I think now I don't. It's not that I don't care, because I do, but I don't know what they can even offer affiliates, because the last two owners haven't done much other than hike the prices and made a few videos. But I haven't seen anything that's helped me personally. I know they've tried releasing the programming, which I don't use, but it's there. You can use it. I get that.
The cap program.
Yeah, the cap stuff. Yeah,
that's supposed to be free to affiliate owners, is it? Or do you still have to pay?
It is free.
Okay.
Well, I thought it was free. Fuck. Well, I've never used it. To my understanding, I thought it was free. Maybe you do have to pay for it. I'm not too sure.
Yeah. It wouldn't.
So as far as I'm not worried, I don't know if someone like Rich Froning came along and bought it, which I really hope does. I'd be pretty stoked. Just because I'm a massive Rich Froning fan. But again, I don't even think if someone like Rich Froning can do too much for a gym in New Zealand. But hey, I don't know. What's your guess?
It would concern me if the leadership that took it over sort of eroded it even further, and big corporations like the company that owns it now, the sort of the mothership company, it's actually effectively owned by Warren Buffett.
Yeah,
BlackRock.
that's true.
BlackRock. And Warren Buffett probably has no idea what CrossFit is, right? So, he's just an 80-year-old trillionaire or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as they just have the algorithm that, hey, the organization of CrossFit is not making much money, sell. And every time that happens, it just gets devalued and devalued and devalued. And that's the only time when, as affiliate owners, we would go, oh shit, that word on our wall has absolutely no meaning anymore. That's my concern, is that the brand and the methodology of CrossFit basically sinks into quicksand if the new leadership isn't good, because you can only handle a few dodgy ones that we've had, with Eric Rosa and Don Fall. That's what does concern me a little bit about if someone doesn't take it over who really truly understands CrossFit, and like you said, Rick's Froning, but he's kind of alluded that he'll be out. He's going to leave CrossFit if someone dodgy takes it over, and he'll de-affiliate.
I think he'd get enough backing to do it. He obviously makes quite a bit of money, but the Mayhem brand
empire,
I mean, you get a couple of investors involved. I mean, I'm talking like I know what I'm fucking talking about, but it would be cool. And I think, just to piggyback what you're saying on there, if the new owner came in and really made it sort of how it appealed to so many people between the years of, I'm going to use 2013 and 2018, that appealed to so many people. It appealed to myself. It appealed to so many people around me. If they can come in and maybe brand it to look like how I saw it, that would be pretty good. It would, like you say, it would make that paying for the name on the wall feel a little bit more, worthwhile.
Yeah. They don't need to do too much. They just don't. They just can't stuff it up. Just almost just like a bit of media and just step back and do nothing to stuff it up. Hopefully, no one else drowns. That would be helpful if no one drowns or sort of
that was unfortunate.
Someone falls off a freaking ring muscle up and breaks their neck and becomes quadriplegic, because that wouldn't be good. But it's a dangerous sport inherently in trying to crown the fittest on earth, right? I think when we enter the local CrossFit tournament with the swimming pool, if we're tired, mate, we're just gonna trade water. But some people, unfortunately, can push themselves to extremes of fatigue, whereas we go, no, I'm cool. I'll come last.
I won't go to that dark place.
No. Where's the dinghy? Let me hold on to the side.
Well, I mean, that was the biggest downfall of that, was they just didn't have enough people there, and it was quite frustrating that even happened, because obviously there's been 1,000,001 people talk about that incident. If there are major events already in place that do open water swimming, why wouldn't you piggyback their safety precautions? I don't. That's the one thing I don't understand, is why do you think you're bigger than things that already exist? And people still die in triathlons. People still die in open water things. I'm not saying it's bulletproof, but why would you think that? They why not? It could have saved someone's life. It annoys me a little bit, but
But I get upset when people use that as, I'm out. I'm not competing anymore because of that happened. That's not helping the situation either.
well, it's just protecting their image a little bit. I think you see it all the time. You see, I mean, there's a lot of political things happening right now in the world that people comment on, and you think, is it as genuine as you are being, or is it because you're saying what you think the public wants you to say? You know. But yeah, I won't dive too much.
Usually they seem to have come from mostly people who are reaching retirement age, not the young people. It's the Icelandic girls and a couple of Canadians.
Well, the interesting thing about it all, though, is like obviously, we talked about it before with the WFP, which is an offshoot of all of these things and people being unhappy. But the people that have competed in the WFP, like if you've listened to their interviews, they seem tired. They don't seem like they're fully into it. I listened to the podcast, the Boys Interrupted, and they were all talking about the fact that it didn't feel like a massive competition. They were struggling to get up to do it after the games. So the concept is good, but even then, looking at they already fatigued themselves and trained so hard to do these other.
Do you think that was fatigue though? Do you think that was fatigue, or more just couldn't get G'd up? Like it wasn't a big event. Like, it wasn't an event that they sort of.
I think it's elements of both. Like it's elements of they train really hard, and getting ready for the CrossFit Games is a 2 to 3 month exercise on top of what you normally do, like when you really gear up the training. So then you've got to, and then you have that come down, and then all of a sudden you've got to get yourself up again for another event. Like you see it all the time. You see it in tennis. You see it all these events that athletes are starting to go, I can't do this. I'm too tired. The season's too long. So that's the risk that they're now kind of presented with.
And the ones with the pro card, whatever that means, they've already been paid, right? They've already, so why sort of get all fired up when the money's already in the bank?
Yeah, I think if the two came together, like you mentioning tennis there, like the appeal of tennis is that if you win X amount, you get the Grand Slam, right? You get something that not many people can do. If the two could come together where we're like winning both of them meant something bigger than just winning one individually, that could help maybe them turn up and it might even make other people want to watch it. Like fuck, can he back it up? Can he go and
the Grand Slam?
How you win? I don't even know how you win the World Fitness Project. Like, can you win it?
The finals in Copenhagen, 2 stops 3.
Right.
But Will Moritz alluded to the fact that he wants people to be exclusive next year. You got to choose one or the other. Be a CrossFit athlete or be a WFP athlete.
That's I actually think people are going to go CrossFit. I think people will go CrossFit.
I think people have already got it. Do you think Austin Hatfield's going to go WFP when he's lost half his bloody testicles? Did you see that one? The GHD.
Yeah, on the GHD. Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. What the hell?
And then Ricky's bike didn't work twice. So.
2 Concept 2 bikes. I don't know.
Yeah, like didn't the pedals look like they weren't turned? Like, how do you fucking break a C2 bike? Fucking hell, man! Honestly, those things are indestructible.
That's right. Rogue and Concept would have been furious. Like, what the fuck? Who's putting this stuff? Who's putting our equipment together? Did they know how to hold a bloody spanner? It's not
surely
that
at
hard.
that level you'd have like people from your company go and do it. That you wouldn't. I know.
Yeah,
but
the guy who they filmed one of the WFP directors, the behind the scenes guy, and Savan showed this on his show, and he's putting together this machine, and he's going, I'm putting this roller together, and the guy goes, no, mate, that's a GHD. So he didn't even know what the hell he was putting.
What he was doing,
he was building, and it wasn't like a joke. It wasn't a skit. It was serious. He thought he was building he didn't know what he was building.
He's building a rower.
So
well, it kind of became a rower for poor old Hatfield, the way that he
Yeah.
ended up in the position. So maybe that was the issue.
yeah.
Yeah,
For
no,
the
that's
athletes, by the athletes. No, just let Dave. Let's just make it for the athletes by Dave and the CrossFit Games team. You know, what do you think of this idea, Matt? Prize money. You did touch on golf and tennis. Do you know how much the prize money is to win a golf major tournament like PGA or US Open?
Oh, fucking millions.
Yeah, I was watching it the other day on that Full Swing, which is on Netflix. It's five
Yeah,
golf.
yeah.
20 odd million for first place. 20 million US dollars, right? Insane. That's got to do something to elevate the prestige of a sport, right? So,
Yeah.
do you think that if the prize money for the CrossFit Games, male and female, was $1 million, do you think that that would elevate eyeballs on the sport and elevate awareness of the sport and elevate people joining CrossFit and knocking on your door and saying, "I want to join your gym"? Do you think that prize money is a reasonably significant factor?
I think so. I don't know who elevate it, but it definitely would get eyeballs on it. Money is obviously what everyone wants, right? It's maybe not everyone, but you look at football. I'll use this as an example. So for soccer, for you guys, in Europe, there's the top 5 leagues, and then there's a Saudi Arabian league, which no one knew anything about. It's just it was a league in Saudi Arabia. They then get Ronaldo over there. They pay him extreme amounts of money, and then they start bringing in footballers, mostly on their way out, but obscene amount of money. Kylian Mbappe, he ended up then going for the deal, but he was going to be on $1 billion a year if he went with this deal. The league still sucks. It's still not good football, but everyone now knows the Saudi Arabian league.
Do people watch it now? Like, do you watch it?
Yeah, people watch
it.
Yeah, I mean, and it's everywhere. It's all over Instagram. It's all over. You could say that having Cristiano Ronaldo there definitely helps because people watch him on Instagram, and he's obviously.
They want to watch him just annihilate these oldies.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my idea, right? So, the CrossFit community is very loyal, is very passionate. I had the idea to create, not to compete against the CrossFit Games, but to create the CrossFit Community Games and to crowdfund $5 million. To crowdfund, there's probably about 10 million CrossFitters worldwide. So once a year, if we crowdfund diehard CrossFitters, $1 or $2, we crowdfund several $1 million to then have the CrossFit Community Games, and the winner of those games, male and female, goes home with $1 million, something of that nature. It doesn't seem that irrational. It doesn't seem that irrational that you couldn't do that, because we kind of know that the CrossFit. Did you see our podcast 2 weeks ago by any chance?
No, sorry, I didn't. Which one was that?
You're supposed to say yes. You're supposed to say.
Don't put me on the spot like that.
No. The reason
so many
why,
good ones.
The reason why is that CrossFit has already confirmed that they can crowdfund millions of dollars through having the CrossFit health insurance.
Right.
So CrossFit has now released a CrossFit health insurance that you can join. And if you get sick, if you get hit by a truck and you need 10 operations, or if you get cancer and you need chemotherapy, radiotherapy, brain tumor cut out, that costs $1 million, the CrossFit community will pay for that through a crowdfunding insurance scheme. Crowdfunding. Right. It's crazy. No other sport could offer that. It's just unique to the CrossFit mentality and the CrossFit loyalty and passion of people who have had their lives transformed by participating in CrossFit. So it wouldn't be much for me to pay a couple of bucks to crowdfund.
So would you pay a couple of bucks? That's the question.
I'll give you guys a couple of bucks, yeah.
No, not for us. Not for us, but for the CrossFit community games.
How do you do?
How do you keep the professionals out of this?
No. It's for the professionals. No, it's not for. It's not for the community. It's for bloody Tia to win. It's for Hopper to defend. We'll still have the CrossFit games, but you've got the CrossFit community games where the prize money is $1 million. Tia is not going to retire.
Okay.
Tia's not going to retire. She's going to be back on the floor next year to win $1 million. It would be so amazing. No one's not going to watch it. You're going to want to know who's winning that $1 million.
Matt, and you thought you were passionate about CrossFit, and now you've met Dave.
That's good. I love this, man.
I would watch that, man. Even if it was the most, I would want to know who can do as many toes to bar to win $1 million. And that's then increasing public awareness because it hits the news. This woman from Gladstone just won $1 million because she's super fit. Who is she? And Tia winning 8 CrossFit games didn't even make the news.
Yeah, it's crazy, eh?
How nuts is that? It's crazy. Yeah. And yet you've got a few athletes who are trying to get to the games. Or you've had athletes go to the games?
I've had them, yeah. I don't have any at the moment, but have had them, yeah.
And I say to our guys who are trying to get to the games, they know that they want to become professional athletes. Like, you guys are the best athletes in the world, hands down, any sport. You train harder than any sport because the sport that you're training for is being able to handle intensity. Like, that's it. How good are you at handling intensity? Which you're getting paid chicken feed for. It's not fair.
Yeah.
So we're going to crowdfund. We're going to crowdfund the prize money. That's the approach, Matt. So
on your podcast, Matt, talk to your members about that. Talk to your guests. Sorry, ask your athletes. Who did you say you're talking to tomorrow? You're talking to.
Luke De Jong and Riley Martin.
Yeah, ask them, would they rock up? Would they train a bit harder if they knew the prize money for the CrossFit Community Games was $1 million? And obviously,
I reckon they would.
Second, third, fourth, but $1 million for first place.
Who's that guy going around at the moment? And he's trying to, I don't know if he's still doing it, but he was trying to not so much crowdfund, but go around affiliate owners to try and raise money to buy CrossFit HQ. You should get a hold of him. He seems just as passionate.
Yeah, Hiller interviewed him. And he was full of crap. He didn't actually have.
He's a fucking lunatic, man. I couldn't even stand it. Like, what are you even on about, bro?
He had no idea. He's been de-affiliated. I can't remember his name.
Oh man, he was watching. He just left. Thanks, Matt. He was there. Now he's just left.
He's been de-affiliated, that guy, because he's absolutely nuts.
His first interview, he was like in a fucking bathroom talking to some dude. Like, it was
on the toilet. I think he was on the toilet.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
He was on the toilet.
I didn't see that. I think I missed it, which is good.
You didn't miss much.
No. Hiller interviewed him and said, "Look, just get a real job or something."
So what's the time over there, Matt? Because we're keeping you up, I would say.
Well, it's 10:30.
It's getting late. It's getting late. So
okay, Matt. Thanks so much.
Let's wrap up. No, we're going to wrap up with our questions, Dave.
Oh, okay. Better be quick. I didn't realize there was a time difference. Shit.
We used to do a thing at the end of our episodes where we did it for like 6 months and we gave up on it. But we used to get the guests to write a workout for us to do, and it was pretty cool at the start. But then, by the end, they just started to murder us because we just getting on
workout.
We'll do them and record them. And then we started to realize that like they were just getting it off of their program. And the closer it got to the games, we're like, these are fucking nuts. Like
they were giving you games workouts
off of their programming. Like one of them was Cal Su, but instead of every minute on the minute burpees, it was every on the minute pistol squats.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
And I was like, I couldn't walk for like 3 days after that.
That's just saying the word calcium gives me PTSD.
We had some gnarly ones, eh?
Oh no!
Yeah.
So that's what happened. Anthony had that idea. But,
Dave said it was shit. So he didn't like it. He said, no, that's... And I said, look, no, we'll get the guests to come up with a WOD that everybody can do, and we can name it after them. And it's like their specific WOD for that, for whatever reasons. And you know how the hero WODs like have... the numbers are normally specific around something that's happened, like their birth date or a significant event or whatever it is. I said, just do it like that. It'll be awesome. Dave, no, that's not a good idea, Anthony. So we haven't, but now you've helped bring it back to
Anthony,
life.
You're not even doing the camp WODs. So we've got camp WODs that we create, and we get our guests to come in and do like Kill Taylor.
Right.
You've seen Kill Taylor?
Yeah.
And the person who wins the camp WOD of the month gets a free set of grips.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
what's this month's one?
We're going to do that.
We're going to make America great again. We're going to do
make Australia great again.
Have you seen the one that RFK, even though his standards were pathetic, they did 100 pull-ups 100 push-ups and 50 pull-ups, and the time limit is 10 minutes. That's what they want you to try and hit. So
100 press-ups, 50 pull-ups, 10 minutes.
Yep.
So it was like, that's an interesting workout. So they did it in I think somewhere in the White House, in the defense area or something, and there was
in the Pentagon, in the basement of the Pentagon.
Yeah. So there was like hundreds of them doing it, but their standards were terrible. Hiller did a whole video on how bad it was, so it was quite entertaining. But
Hiller did 10 rounds of 10 and 5. 10 rounds of 10 and 5, and I think he was 6 minutes and 26 seconds. So
he was challenging anybody that was saying to do it for 2 minutes. But we have something, because you can probably hear from Dave's passion, that also actually means that he's ultra competitive. So we have this thing where we ask you a question and you have to choose one of the options, but don't tell us until Dave and I have told you what the result. So I'll say, you have to choose red and blue, and then I say, I think you're going to choose red, and Dave goes, I think you're going to choose blue, and you say, well, I chose red, so I get the point.
Okay.
So that's how it works.
I think I'm one up, aren't I, Anthony? I'm one up.
Yeah, see, here comes that competitive nature again. So
before I answer these questions, do you use like your neuro background to like read my mind? Is there what's going on here?
I'm not a psychologist, mate. I'm not a psychologist. I just hold a scalpel every now and then.
All right. So here is the first question.
Okay.
All Blacks or all Whites?
I don't know what you mean by all Whites. What's that mean?
It's our football team.
It's the football team, just the New Zealand football team.
I'll go with all Blacks.
Well, I'll go with all Whites, even though I know it's going to be all Blacks.
You can go the same.
I'm going to go.
It is all Blacks, only because I am still very much an England football supporter. That I grew up in England.
Yep.
Yeah, so it would be all Blacks in that situation.
All right.
One for that. Next
question. Chipper workout or high intensity workout, like 5-10 minute one?
Okay. I haven't seen enough of Matt's Instagram to see his workouts, but I'll go. Oh, you go first, Anthony.
I'm going to go hit. I'm going to go you like it
High
fast.
intensity. I
Yep.
go high intensity as well.
Yeah, I prefer the chipper workouts. Which is weird. Like, I am better with the faster ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I prefer doing the long ones. I like the challenge of chipping through and finishing at the end. So yeah, chipper for me.
Chipper. Okay, we both lost that one. No points. No points.
No points.
Anthony?
All right.
Next
Bailey
question.
or Riley?
Oh fuck.
What do you mean? For what? For what?
Yeah. What do you want me to do with them?
Who's better looking?
Favorite athlete to interview.
Who's got the better coronary arteries?
No, shut up, Dave. Favorite athlete to interview.
Okay, yeah, good one.
Bailey or Riley?
My turn. I'll go.
Dave?
I'll go Bailey.
I'll go Riley. I think Riley seems more funny based on what I've seen.
I have to go with Bailey. Just
Jesus,
I've
man,
had him on.
Let me down, man.
We've had him on 3 times.
Wow.
I just know him a lot better.
Pretty good. He's a pretty good interviewee, is he?
He is. He's so good, man. Like, he's a bit awkward to start with, but when you get to know him, like his banter's pretty good. Riley's still good though.
We're hoping to get him on the show as well. And a mate of mine's a cardiologist.
Text him. He'll get on.
Yeah, text him. A mate of mine's a cardiologist. You know how, so I was going to get the cardiologist to come on to ring in and just to talk to him about non-STEMI infarcts, which is what he had. You know about that. Like there's subendocardial.
Yeah.
It's a very special type of, not special, but special type of heart attack. So let him know. I'll get him a free consult with my cardiology mate.
Yeah, love
on
it.
the podcast. Yeah. Okay. Next question.
All right.
Or how many have you got? Is it only 5?
Next phone, Apple or Samsung?
Oh shit! It's your turn. You pick.
I think I've done a sales job. I think you're ready to go to Samsung. I'm going to go with Samsung.
I think Matt's deep in the Apple ecosystem. He's going to stay with Apple for the next 20 years.
Yeah, it's got to be Apple. I got the Mac. I got the
Jesus.
Yeah,
I've even got the fucking. Oh, they even sold me on a fucking Apple mouse, man. Like
yeah.
They sold me the whole fucking dream, man.
He's locked in. He's locked in.
Yeah.
3-0.
Go to CrossFit. Go to CrossFit. Froning or Fraser?
Good question. Oh, that's good. That's always comes up. And my turn, I think, isn't it? I'm going with Froning.
Yeah, I'm going with Froning as well.
Yeah, got to be Froning. The original.
And we got 3. We got 3 more questions. They're really quick. Neil or Tim? Who's your preference? Neil or Tim?
Is this the singer?
Yes,
the Finn brothers.
Just
Okay.
yeah. Call yourself a crowd.
You go. You pick one.
I'm going to go with Tim because you said split ends, and I think Tim was
Neil. I'll go Neil then. I'll go Neil.
Come on.
Yeah, it's Tim. It's Tim. Split ends.
Okay, here's a comeback.
You got one. You got one.
Here comes the comeback. Hiller or Dense updates?
Ooh. Whose turn is it to go first?
I'm going to go Hiller.
Okay. You know both of them, do you, Matt? You watch both of them? Yeah. I'll go Dense, Jenny.
Yeah, it's Dense. I just think she's a lot better at the way she comes across things, and
she is great. She's great.
She's fucking awesome. Yeah. Honestly,
I'd like to have her on the show as well.
She'd be great to talk to.
It's just
all right. So here's the final question. It looks like I can't win, but this question. This has brought up a lot of This question has brought up.
Should we make this one double? Discussion. This one's double points.
Double points. No,
we'll bring him back in the
game. Ready? What's harder, the assault bike or the Echo Rogue bike?
God, your turn. You go first, Anthony.
I think you know that it's the Echo that's harder.
Look, my answer is not. They're both hard, but I think Matt will say the Echo bike as well. But
No, you don't get to see. You go with your assault bike like you always do. Choose the assault bike like you choose in every workout.
I know that everyone says the Echo bike is harder, but from the engineering point of view, it's not. I'll explain later, Tim, Matt. So, but yeah, my answer. I think Matt's going to say the Echo bike.
Oh.
Yeah, I will say the Echo bike. I prefer the assault bike. I feel like you get a lot more fitness out of the assault bike. But I think in terms of getting the fucking monitor to move, the Echo bike is just a little bit harder.
Yes.
So I'll go the Echo bike.
Okay.
All right, I just completely got destroyed.
So you got crushed. You got crushed, Anthony. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Lucky I beat you in chess. Hey.
There's half a podcast dedicated to that question, but we won't re-enter it because otherwise the podcast will exceed our record of 1 hour and 50 minutes. But hey, Matt, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm sure we'll cross paths again, either at Torian or there's a NZ Championships that one of our members regularly goes down to, Jet Levi. We
Does he come over to NZ?
Yeah, he came over last year. He came over last year.
Yep. I think he
Big
won an event as well.
He won one of the events.
He won. What's his name? Sorry.
Jet Levi.
J-E-T-T. He won I think he won the running total bar one.
Oh, from last year. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's that 400 meter run.
Something like that. Yeah.
Definitely wasn't 400 meters. That's cool. I help out with the media for that event.
Yeah. Okay.
But they've partnered up with Oceania Champs, which is over in Australia. So I'll be there for that.
Are you coming over? Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I'll be there for that weekend. So yeah, if you're in the area, we'll do a live.
Well, if you come to Brisbane, come and see us. Come and see us. Come and do a workout.
Our gym's just outside the city precinct. Really central. So wherever you're staying, you'll be able to get to it easily. Yeah.
No, I'd be keen. Anyway, I'd love to come back on here and talk some shit about CrossFit. I mean, that was the easiest hour and 45 we've ever done. So
when there's some other, if there's some world-breaking news, we'll get your opinion. Yeah, maybe when new leadership takes over. Okay, take care, buddy.
All right, mate.
Cheers, boys.
See you later.
All right, fantastic, great chat. 1 hour and 47 minutes. What time is it? Holy moly! It's time to wrap it up.
It's time to go home and eat a steak.
Fortnight, steak carnival. Next fortnight, 2 weeks, maybe one day we'll have enough time to go weekly. Just to get that. It's kind of hard for people, I think, to tune in every 2 weeks. Whereas if they say every Wednesday, they kind of get in the habit. I think I've heard of YouTubers talking about letting people get habits of what they do on a Wednesday night or whatever, like the daily. And we've got what's his name? Bill Leahy.
We got Bill Leahy. Yes.
Leahy or Leahy?
Leahy.
He's a CrossFit Games athlete. He's an absolute beast. Anyone who goes to the CrossFit Games is an absolute beast. And he's going to tell us his story. It's a pretty interesting story.
It is, absolutely, because he's recovered from a number of pretty severe injuries. So it'll be interesting to see how he's done that. So, all right, Dave, I got to go. I'm hungry.
Okay. Bye now. Cheers, everyone.
See you later, guys.
Share, like, and subscribe. Bye-bye.